you hungry people. Welcome back to Diener's Diner. Today we're going to be making banana pecan pancakes with a twist on different toppings. I hope you'll stick around. Alright, we've got some flour. I've got 1.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Sugar is optional. You can use other sweeteners if you like. I am going to put it in just because. And I'm going to stir this up with a little whisk. Get this all mixed up good. And in the center of this, I'm just going to make like a hole, a well. And from there, we will put our wet ingredients in there on top of that. Okay, we're going to add our 1 1/4 cup of milk, and I am using almond milk. This is sweetened almond milk. I do use unsweetened almond milk, but if you've got regular 2% whole milk, whatever you've got works. I've got 1, look at that, beautiful farm fresh egg. I'm just going to give that a little scramble. Put that in there. And this was 2 medium-sized bananas that were frozen. Took those out, defrosted them, and mushed them up. So those are 2 ripe, medium-sized bananas. And last but not least, I have about 1/2 cup of pecans. You can use whatever nuts you like. If you like walnuts, if you like mixed nuts, whatever you like. Maybe you don't want any nuts in there. So make it your way. And we're just going to give this a stir. We're just going to mix this until it's mixed. You don't want to over stir. Got my handy dandy vintage Tupperware. Get all that dry ingredients off the bottom. Got that all stirred up. I'm going to spray my griddle. I've got some, maybe I'll have to use something else. And my griddle is set to about 350, 375. Or if you just have a pan, just put it in, your frying pan with a light coat of oil. I'm going to use 1/4 cup, measuring cup, and scoop out. And we're going to put that on here because I know that it's rather hot. You can always test your griddle for hotness to see if drops of water shimmer on the surface and sizzle, then you know that they're done. So I'm going to put about, 8 to 12 droppings of batter on here. And we'll let this cook. You'll know that your pancakes are done, or when it's time to flip anyways, you'll know that they're ready to flip when the center of the pancakes bubble. Like you can see, some of these are bubbling. And the edges of the pancakes will start to get firmed up, like they're cooked. And then you're best off as to flipping it over. You want to do that about 2 to 3 minutes after they've been cooking, and then 1 to 2 minutes on the other side. Whatever works, as long as they're browned. And you can see that the edges are starting to get a little bit firm. They are bubbling. We're going to separate these guys here. And it is time to flip these. I did turn my griddle down because it's running a little hot right now. I put it at about 325. Started about 350. And don't worry if they fall on top of each other. It's not going to hurt. You can always reflip them again and cook that batter. Presentation. But we're not about that. We're about eating today because we're starving. And we might get a little hangry. Do you ever get hangry? This is a cure. Do it earlier. And this one right here you can see is pretty much cooked all the way through. So we are going to take these off the griddle, stack them on our plate that we have ready. And we will show you shortly what we're going to top these with today. Stay tuned. Got some butter here. We're going to put that on the pancakes and let that melt. And in the area I was in about the batter being on top of the cooked pancakes, well, I decided I wasn't going to flip those. I know I said I was. I'm a liar. Not. Anyways, so just, you know, they looked fine. It was cooked, so we're not worrying about that. We're going to start off with some pure maple syrup. Got this in a little container. Put a little drizzle of that on. Then I've got some homemade from our garden and yard strawberry, blackberry, or black raspberry homemade jam. Put that on one of the pancakes. Got some apple butter, something totally different. And vanilla yogurt. And the cameraman has gotten very hangry. We don't want him passing out, so we're going to have him in the video today to taste test everything.
I couldn't wait to get going on this. Boy, this looks good. You couldn't ask for a better breakfast. 4 different kinds of toppings. I like all of them. Yogurt, not so sweet. Good for your stomach or your probiotics. Apple butter. We have lots of apples here, so we can make a lot of this. A little bit of spice with it. It's nice. Are you getting hungry yet? Don't come and get mine, because I'm really hungry. I'm going to eat all these. And now the homemade strawberry black raspberry homemade jelly.
We can thank our neighbors for making that.
Yeah, and they didn't put too much sugar in it either. And then, of course, maple syrup. That comes from another neighbor. Much better than Aunt Jemima or anything like that. This is the real deal.
From the trees.
4 completely different flavors. You're going to miss out if you don't try it.
Hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And ring that bell, would ya?